Yeah, what's going on? Y'all come on up in the building, man. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to get into it as we do. Your boy Dub Q is in the building. Yes, welcome to the Black Hat Panther podcast, man. Y'all pull up. Today is going to be our basically our member show for the day because shout out to the GOAT. He out on vacation this week. So we're gonna get into it as we do. Make sure before you come on in, you comment, you like, you subscribe, show that love. Your boy is in the building. Now, y'all see the topic, y'all see the title. Can the Panthers do the unthinkable? And when I say the unthinkable, I'm not saying that, hey, the Carolina Panthers aren't in a class with the rest of the NFL. But what I'm saying is there's been a while since we have seen offensive productivity. There's been a while since we have seen an output from the offense. There's been a while since we have had touchdowns after touchdowns after touchdowns consistently. There has been a very long time since we've had a quarterback that came out and produced over 20, 25 touchdowns a season. Now, before I even get started, I'm going to take my time and we're going to get into it as we do. The league's leader in the 2023 season of touchdowns was Dak Prescott. He threw 36 touchdowns. Up under him was Jordan Love, 32 touchdowns. And it goes from there to Brock Purdy at 31, Jared Goff at 30, Josh Allen, like I said, 29 and 29 with him and Tua Tagovailoa. Uh, in a nutshell, out of 32 starting quarterbacks, if you had to take your time and say, hey, what's the average of touchdowns that was thrown last season? Yes, Sam Howell in that same range of Geno Smith, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, they all averaged around 20 touchdowns. That's the league's average on touchdowns from last season. With the league leader having 36, and in between, like I said, the 32 starting touchdown getters, the average was around 20 to 21 touchdowns. So, with that being said, how close to average are we going to be in this next upcoming season? How close to being able to have offensive productivity that'll get us into throwing 20 touchdowns are we? I asked the question, I posed the question because I'm to the point where I want to see our offense get it together this year. We spent a lot of money on this offensive line. We went, got Deontay Johnson, you got Adam Thielen, you went and got Xavier Legette. The prerequisite weapons are already in place now. You went and you drafted tight end and you went and you drafted at the running back positions. There's no excuse for us to be inept in these positions now. Uh, I'm like I said, the league average was about 20 touchdowns with, like I said, Dak Prescott leading the way. Average 20 touchdowns. Justin Herbert, like I said, Kirk Cousins had 18 in 2023. We all know what happened with him, injury. But Sam Howell, 21. Trevor Lawrence, 21. CJ Stroud, 23 touchdowns. Like I said, the average for the entire league was somewhere in the middle point between 36 and below that. So, with that being said, like I said, there has been a while since the Carolina Panthers have seen a 20 plus, well, I'll say 10 plus touchdown receiving wide receiver that we've had in a while. We haven't had that in a while. Uh, Actually, shout out to Greg Allman. He put out a statistic that I found to be so interesting. And the statistic was the longest droughts without a player getting 10 plus touchdowns catches in a season. And you got the Browns. It's been since 2007 since they had a 10 plus touchdown getter. The Cardinals, it's been since 2013 since they had a 10-plus touchdown getter. The Bears and the Saints. It's been since 2014 since they have had a 10-plus touchdown getter. Now watch this. Everybody else, and you're going to find this very interesting. It's been since 2015 since the Patriots, the Jets, Jaguars, Panthers, and the Commanders have had one. This is where we're at now. The Giants, who are below us. 2016 since they had a 10-plus wide receiver threat. A guy that could come out here and give you production. Like I say, it's always interesting to see how these statistics come out. And that was just a statistic, God, on how long it's been since we had a guy to get 10-plus touchdowns. And I posed the question, can we get that type of productivity from a receiver? Can we get an output from an offense to be able to put those touchdowns in the air? Can we get that as a franchise here in Carolina this year? Before I dig deeper into this, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. What's going on? 8704, what's happening with you? Relax and Talk Sports, what it do? BCP, you already know what time it is. True Lifetimes, man, what's going on with you, man? I'm always bringing that fire to these boys, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Logic, what's happening? El Rojo Swarm, shout out to you, man. My dog Golder's in your neck of the woods today. Popping, what's happening? Look, if you in here and you haven't already done us the due diligence of, liking that, hitting that like button, what you doing with your life today? Y'all already know what time it is, man. I'm gonna put it out there. Last year on this team in the receiving corps, you had Adam Thielen with 103 catches, 1,000 yards, 1,014 yards to be exact. Mango, 418 yards, 43 catches. DJ Chark, 525 yards, 5 touchdowns. Once again, not a bad output on the yardage part. The numbers that we need to see go up is the touchdown production part. Now, with Canales coming in, Brad Idzik coming in, do we stand a chance at getting these guys schemed open more? Offense productivity, I'm talking about, man, look, do we stand a chance at having 20-plus touchdowns this season? It's not much that I'm asking for. I'm not greedy. I'm not begging. I'm just asking for 20-plus touchdowns. If you ain't already heard, 20-plus touchdowns is about the league average for where we should be sitting at. Now, if you have yourself a situation where you can't even meet the league average year after year after year, how do you expect to see touchdowns, offensive productivity come out here? And how do you expect to be competitive in the NFL league when you're not on par with the league average? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to dig into this a little bit deeper. I'm going to put the link out there for anybody that want to come up here. Y'all show your boy some love, roll up in the building. I got a lot that I want to get off my chest, though. But y'all already know what time it is. Now, I put that out there. We barely utilized any of the tight ends last season, with Tommy Tremble having 194 yards, like I said, averaging 8 yards a catch. That's basically 8 yards a catch on his total number for the entire season, because we all know that we didn't have any plays that was over 4.1 yards last year as an entire offense. But with that being said, like I said, Hayden Hurst, 184 yards, 18 receptions. You look around, Stephon Sullivan, 125 yards. Laviska Shenault, 60 yards. It's one of those ones where you start saying, hey, I want to be able to see touchdowns. Last season, it was a bit of a mess, and it led to us going into a downward year because, well, I'm going to be real with you. I really haven't seen too much offensive productivity from the quarterback or the offensive from the offensive output since Teddy Bridgewater left. That's the last season that we saw we had 2,000-yard receivers and multiple touchdowns was being thrown. That was the very last time we saw that. It's been a gap in between, and all I want to know is, can we get back to prominence? I mean, because like I said, I'm not hard. I'm not hard on the quarterback position. I demand a lot more than what I'm getting. I just want to know, is this the year that I'm gonna be able to get it? I got to know that. I can't stop. I won't stop. Because even think about this. Let this sink in. In the last 7 years, our best year was 2020 for offensive productivity, where your quarterback went 15 and 11, 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and he put up 3,700 yards. That was Teddy Bridgewater in our system. Now, once again, nobody deemed Teddy Bridgewater a world beater. Teddy Bridgewater was a bad motherfucker at one point in time. Now, I'm not gonna sleep on him. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he wasn't. That son of a bitch he was pretty good. That Minnesota Teddy, oh my God. But that's not the here nor the there. That's the last time that we in Carolina have seen offensive productivity to the point where we had over 10 plus touchdowns being thrown. That's the last time we probably had a receiver that was anything close. Well, none of the receivers hit 10 plus, but Robbie and DJ Moore, their offensive productivity led them to, so some touchdowns, some success. All I'm saying is right now, with the way that this team is structured, can I guarantee ticket to the bank is what we like to say. Shout out to the king of the bank, Logic. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel as well. Can I take it to the bank and cash it that we're going to get 20 plus touchdowns this year? Is that something that I can count on? I'm getting to the point now, there ain't too many things that I can count on in life right now. Maybe I can count on my car to get me from home to work. Maybe I can count on the two things that I call my best friends. You already know what I'm going at with that one. Can I depend on Bryce Young to give me 20 touchdowns this year, this season? Is that something that can we all sit here and definitively say, hey, we're going to get that? Damn, age of 704 already said, hell no. Come on, cuz. I just want to be league average. League average is 20 touchdowns, cuz. Based off of last year. It was a down year for quarterbacks. Nobody was in the 40 plus. Normally you see quarterbacks get 40, 45, but nobody was in the 40 plus. Like I said, Dak Prescott led the way with 36 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb was the recipient of pretty decent quarterback play. All I'm saying right here, can we depend on the Panthers to come out and be just average? Is Canales just good enough to have us average? Is Brad Isaac, is he good enough to to lead us into being average? Like I said, I haven't seen average in years. It's been 7 years since I have seen decency. 15 and 11 was the last time I saw decency from the quarterback position. In Carolina, that is what I speak of. 3,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions was the last time that I saw it. And all I'm asking right now, coming out for this season right here, because like I said, people are pumped up. I've been hearing a lot of, rumblings. I've been hearing we're going to win 10 games and 11 games. And so shout out to all the positivity in the Panther land. Can I get somebody from that positive world to put it in the chat that, give me your prediction on how many touchdowns y'all think we're going to get right now? Can I get the entire chat to put how many touchdowns they think we're going to get for this season? Because I want to see, where do you think we're sitting at? I just told you the league average is 20. I want to see, like I said, we got Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson has come from the Steelers. This boy had 800 yards and he had a handful of touchdowns. I'm high to say that he'll be around in the same range on yardage, probably right at 1,000, and he may give you six touchdowns, 7 touchdowns. I need somebody in this wide receiving corps to be dynamic. Can we get anybody? Is there a receiver that's going to receive over 10 touchdowns this year for the Panthers? You got Adam Thielen. You got Xavier Legette, who I'm hearing everybody is high on. Everybody is high on Xavier Legette. Can I get somebody to tell me that Xavier Legette is going to get at least close to 10 touchdowns? No? Okay, cool. Just checking. Just checking. Let me get to the chat. Let me see what's going on. Shout out to Kitty Kitty. What's going on? 704 say, hell no, Q. Well, I'll be damned. Millie 2 say Teddy was 5-0 with the Saints. Man, shout out to everybody with that one. My man said, if Andy ain't starting, I don't give a damn. Oh, my God. Kitty Kitty say, if Andy start, we might get them 20 touchdowns. Oh, my God. With Canales' offensive scheme, he better be able to get at least a quarterback-friendly system. If not, his ass got to go. Logic, now I want you to do me a favor, Logic. I know you see this right here. I put the link out there. Can I get you to just come on here 1 minute and explain to me them numbers that you just put in that chat right there? Right there, right there, right here, right here, right here, right here. These numbers right here. Can you do me that favor? Oh, Lord, somebody said we're going to get 33 touchdowns. Cortez Pope. I'll be. True Lifetime said we'll have maybe 16 passes. They say they're going to run the hell out of the ball. Okay. 8704 say he see 15 for young Bryce. Relax and Talk Sports say 14 with young Bryce. Let's see what we got here. Hard for the wide receivers to get touchdown when Bryce is thrown to the sidelines. Oh, my Lord. My Lord. It's one of them ones. What's going on with you, Pop?
What's good with you, man?
Man, how you living? How you living? What you got on this?
Say that again.
I said, what you got? Give me your thoughts.
Hey, I mean, this is a hold on. This is a great subject. I, uh, I think he's going to try to force the ball a little bit more since he's got some more offensive weapons. Got a hopefully a better O line. But I don't think he's going to throw no more than 3,000 yards. And I'm gonna say 21 touchdowns, 20 interceptions.
Okay, 21 touchdowns. So you putting us at the league average then? Okay.
Yep.
So now I'm gonna read this off to you and just tell me what you think about this right here. Like I said, league average last year when it comes to quarterback play, that put up 20 touchdowns. Justin Herbert, Geno Smith, Sam Howell had 21, Trevor Lawrence had 21, Stroud had 23, Jalen Hurts had 23. And you say around 21 is where you see us at, probably?
Yeah, I think he's going to double everything he did last year. 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I think he's going to do 21 touchdowns, 20 interceptions.
20 for 20. Oh,
21-20.
Lord have mercy. If he come out and throw 20 interceptions, we in trouble, dog. So wait a minute. The room just shook when you say that, Pop. It just shook. 20 interceptions is a lot for a young guy that only threw what he threw last year? 10?
He threw 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
10 interceptions. Okay. Yeah. So with that being said, if he throwing 10 more interceptions, that means are we chancing the ball down the field a little bit more than usual?
Absolutely. I think he's going to feel the pressure now that he's gotten more weapons, now that he probably can be a little more confident in the O line. I'm
Mm,
just not very. I don't think with some of his limitations that he can. I don't think he read defense that well, as far as what I seen last year. And I'm still gonna wonder if he's gonna have a problem seeing over that old line. Not saying that he didn't do it in college, but it's a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? People have gotten tape on you, and they're gonna look at some of your habits. And they're gonna prepare for that. That's why these guys get paid these millions and millions of dollars to watch the tape. So I think he's gonna throw
mm.
more, but he's also gonna risk more too as well.
Okay, okay. I mean, look, I'm to the point now when it comes to quarterback play. If this boy come out and give me 20 something plus touchdown, I'll run down the goddamn street shaking everybody's hand and kissing babies. Because we haven't seen that in a while. Like I told you, the last time we saw a good offensive output was Teddy Bridgewater, 15 and 11. Logic, what's going on with you?
What up, Q? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm trying to get my life together, man. I'm trying to see if what can we be this season? Like, can we be at least league average when it comes to scoring touchdowns? Can we have a receiver that get close to 10 receiving touchdowns? Can we have that?
That's a tall task. That's a big ask right now. Canales' first year as being a head coach, and Bryce getting his first year with a lot of these new guys. Uh, I still think his system is gonna make Bryce numbers better. I think they're gonna get the ball out of his hands quicker, so he don't make as much mistakes. So that is gonna count to more touchdowns, but it ain't gonna be nothing special, man. He might get 17, 18 touchdowns, maybe. He could get more than that, but it ain't gonna be no more than like 20, if that. Like you said, that's the league average. That's the bare minimum of that. We expect more, but we don't ain't no need to push that at this point, man.
But but logic, we were sold on okay, the number one thing that they're gonna do, they're gonna turn this entire thing around. Now,
Yes, sir.
what's what's the definition supposed to look like? What is it supposed to look like turning everything around, cuz?
It some things got turned around. We still got holes, brother. I don't know if they ain't told you. We ain't gonna
Hmm?
complete a complete team. We still got issues. So some of the things got taken care of, but we still got plenty more things we gotta look at. As far as offensively, especially with Bryce, I told a podcast the other day that physical limitations does not just disappear on one off season and $300,000 spent. That don't take away your physical limitations. If you can't do it, you can't do it. So they're gonna Canales' job is to mask those things that he struggles with and make it so his everything is not on him. He don't have to think a lot at the QB position.
Now,
Mark,
now,
Mark,
Q, can you highlight Cortez Pope comment? He said something about what I said that he ain't gonna force it. Can you highlight his comment?
Uh, we ain't gonna force that. Okay, there you go.
So he
Good.
said he ain't gonna force that. Now, how can you tell me that he ain't gonna force it when I seen him do it in game one? I seen him do it. You can't tell me that he's gonna be able to fix everything all in 1 year because he last year, and once again, because I'm not gonna keep repeating what happened last year. It's a brand new year.
Hmm.
There's a lot of issues on that line. He has to learn right now to trust this new invented line that we got right now. So he still doesn't have full trust in them yet. So there's gonna be some time him getting acclimated to the speed of the game. He's still gonna have to adjust to the speed of the game. But what I'm telling you, people gonna watch tape. They're gonna put him in situations that he may not see. That's exactly how he gave 2 picks to the same person from the Atlanta Falcons. So trust me, he's going to try to force some things here and there. This is
well,
only his second year.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't think Canales is going to allow him to do that. I think he's going to utilize the weapons you got. That's the same he did with Baker. Baker was wild with the ball a lot of times too, but when he got on the Canales, all of a sudden his numbers changed. He was more secure with the football. He got the ball out quicker. He didn't want him making all those mistakes. I think he's gonna do the same thing with Bryce. I see a comment in there talking about the defense gonna be an issue. I believe so too, but that's gonna directly correlate to the offense. That's where you might be right about that part, Pop. He gonna have to play within their offense, but it's gonna get to the point where we ain't gonna be able to get off the field on
Hmm.
defense. They gonna move
Hmm.
the ball up and down, and he gonna press because we're behind. He gonna get
But
out of
this,
what Canales is supposed to trying to get him to do. So
well,
it's gonna happen at some point in time.
this is where I gotta push back just a little bit. So the same offense, right, that he's bringing from Tampa Bay is bringing here, run the ball, running the ball. It put Tampa in a lot of third downs. Now they have a
Mm-hmm.
number one wide receiver that is pretty good. He's a Hall of Famer in my eyes. You're gonna have to ask Bryce to pick up that third. Let's say they start to run on both rundowns, first and second. You're gonna have to. Bryce is in now a 3rd and 13 or a 3rd and 10. He's going to have to force that ball to somebody if he doesn't make the right read. So yeah, Canales is going to take away from him throwing the ball as much because he's going to depend on the running back. But
Mm.
I can't compare Bryce Young to Baker because Baker was pretty efficient last year on third down, and Bryce wasn't.
Well,
I
Pop,
understand that. I
you
understand
don't
that, but
think a tight
the
end gonna
off
play a role in helping
well,
out a
yeah,
little
that's
bit?
that's what I'm saying. The offense, he's gonna purposely set up a scheme to where Bryce will have something somewhere for the ball to go. I don't think he wants to leave it to up to Bryce to stand in the back like there, scan the whole defense, and come up with a high percentage throw. He does not want that boy to do that, and you shouldn't ask him to do it because at the end of the day, that's not his strengths. I don't care what any of these people saying in the chat. If you watched any of his games, other than what you saw at Bama around all that great offensive line and those receivers that was beating man to man coverage, he ain't got that here. So when you ask him to have to, hey, I got to do this myself, I got to figure it out. That's not his strength. So let's get that ball out quick. He don't have to think a whole lot. And as far as pressing the ball down the field, the longer the boy got to have the ball in his hands, the worse off we're gonna be. That's just period point blank. Get that ball out of his hands quick. Let them playmakers play. He don't need to be the key, the focal point of this offense.
Yeah,
Or
I
otherwise,
agree.
we're gonna have a
I
bad
agree.
season if it's the case.
My only problem is when it gets into a situation where we take a sack, right? Now you at
Yeah.
3rd and 19, 3rd and 15. Then what is he gonna do? Because you're not gonna keep running screens. We seen that winning screen the hell out of Carolina football for the last 3 years. You're gonna have to
Well,
throw the ball down the field. So that's
Well,
the
then
part
that's
where
that's
I'm
probably where we're
worried
gonna
about.
be in trouble then, Pop. That's just is what it is. Because
Yeah.
again, he ain't got a huge cannon, and so again, if they're gonna roll him out of the pocket to give him more time and try to run some bootleg action and stuff like that to see if he can, you know, find somebody like the tight end right there, or find a streaking receiver going over the middle. That's the only thing I can think of. Standing in the pocket trying to beat it right there. I don't see them doing that. He ain't gonna be able to do it. I don't see it at all.
Damn, y'all hard on old boy. And that's the thing, man. I want to
No, no, no,
see
no, 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 King. I'm
touchdowns.
not hard. I'm not hard. I'm not hard. I'm
so,
just real.
so what are
I'm
you?
not hard.
What are
Listen,
you
I
then?
know what I I'm realistic. Some people don't do it. They get blue, but I'm realistic. And so Candace is going to work. They don't like hearing that. They might as well switch teams because it is what it is.
Well, Logic, I'll put it like this. I understand you're a hard critic, Pop a hard critic. I want the best for this team. I've lowered my expectations now to just 20 touchdowns. That's just how horny I am right now for fucking football. Give me 20
I agree.
touchdowns, though.
I
Well,
agree, Q. And I'm just talking about situational football, and that's why I think what me and Lodge are trying to break down because it happens in every game where you're gonna have to make a big throw. You're gonna have to make the defense honest. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be hard on him, but he's gonna be in situations where he's gonna have to put it out there.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Unfortunately, this is where we have gotten to where we're praying for some type of sign of help. I don't want to be in this position. Now, if your quarterback can't give you this year, give you that this year right here, what do you do, Pop? Like, what can we do to try to make this better?
Um, I really don't know. I mean, because these guys are new. We got a lot of new rookies. We got a brand new coach, new offensive scheme. It's gonna take some time. My favorite word is symmetry. Or it's gonna take some time for these guys to get acclimated on who needs to be where, what to do, um, and things of that nature. So it's gonna take time. We're gonna have to be. We as a Panther fan, you're gonna have to be patient. I mean, I would love for us to come out here and just steamroll, but we got so many questions um, that some there's a few players that need to improve, and there's some new players that just haven't played a snap yet. So we just got to see
Hmm.
what they're gonna do. I mean, I'm not gonna be too hard on anybody at this point um, because you know it's too early. But by game 6, I will have my full credit on what I think this team is going to be. I'm giving the Carolina Panthers the game 6 to have. They're going to show you what they are by game
Okay.
6.
Well, and this is the next thing I ask. Do you see any receiver on our roster here, this year roster? Do you see anybody capable of giving you close to 10 touchdowns?
I honestly do. I'm gonna stick my neck out there. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out the
Oh
window
shit!
one time for the 99 2000. I'm gonna say he's able to get can do it. I really do.
I'll be damned. Brother Leggett coming to the front of the congregation. Okay, so you think Leggett is going to be that much of a difference maker or X factor on offense this season?
I really do. They scheme him. I don't know if any of y'all been watching the receiver on Netflix. If they can use him sort of like how they use Debo, I mean he could be dangerous, bro. He could be dangerous, and I really think that people are not really understanding how fast this guy is, how big he is, pause, and what he can do in the open space if you give him the ball. This man can be very, very dangerous. He don't have to be a top tier route runner at this point, but I think as time goes, as he's learned the game and see how what speed he needs to get to in this game, I think we got a very dangerous weapon. So I'm very excited about Xavier Leggett. Throw your X's up in the chat.
So Xavier Leggett has been deemed, like I said, the poster child this year for the receiving room. Last year that was Mingo. Year before that it was Terrence Marshall Jr. Do you have any expectations for Mingo and TMJ at this point?
Um, man, TMJ is like a needle in a haystack, bro. I don't know what to say about TMJ. I know he's very athletic. He has great hands. He seemed like he could run the routes. Can he stay healthy? Mingo was a rookie last year, so you got to give him a pass. Um, See if he going to develop. Now that he's got a year underneath his belt. I think he can be a solid wide receiver. Um, he
Yeah.
would be he would be my red zone type of guy. I would have him there because he's a big receiver. He can block, and he got the height that he can go up and catch the ball. But he's got to work on his route running a little bit. But they need to find routes for him that works for him. Stop trying to force him to be a speedy guy where he's not. He's not that. He's not. He's a
Pop,
possession type of wide receiver.
pop. I think people sleep on Mango, dog. And this is just me being, I'm just being as real as I can right now. I think because of what we saw last season from how porous the offense was, they needed somebody to really, really, they were expecting somebody to come out and jump off the roof and be a superstar. But I think everybody's expectation of Mango was way too high. Like I said, I didn't expect shit from him last year. This season right here, like I said, he came out, he had 418 yards. That's pretty damn decent for a rookie in the NFL.
No,
And
it's
you were
not
like a
bad.
third option last year. That's not bad. That's respectable, dog.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, if he can be, man, what's my man from the Super Bowl wide receiver we had on our
For the
team?
Super Bowl.
Um, He had that questionable catch. We all know it was a catch.
You talking about Ted Ginn or
No,
who you
not
talking about?
Ted Ginn. He was
Kevin
our
Benjamin?
possession.
Who you talking about?
No, Kevin Benjamin wasn't there. He
Jericho
was hurt.
Crotchery?
That's what I need Mingo to be. Jericho Crotchery. That's all I need him to be. Efficient hands, know how to find an opening in the zone, possession wide receiver. That's all I need Mingo to be this year. And Jericho Crotchery. If y'all guys go back, if y'all remember that year, Jericho Crotchery was Mr. Third Down. I promise you he was. He was. He was efficient at it. He didn't drop
So
balls. Now he wasn't fast. He wasn't quickest, but he knew how to get open in zone coverage and catch the ball on 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 10. He was your guy.
I'm gonna be real with you, Pop. Like I said, I have seen Mingo in the NFL. I haven't seen Xavier Leggett in the NFL yet. I'm willing to say that I'm a little bit higher on Mingo than I am at any of these three young receivers that's on this team. Not including, Deontay Johnson or Thielen, like I'm saying. Not including them two, because those guys are made veterans. We know what they are. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. We know who
But
they are. We know they ain't gonna they gonna come in and take their craft serious.
yeah, out the three between Mango, TMJ, and Xavier Leggett, who just got in the building, I think to me, Mango should now. I Let me make sure I put a disclaimer. I didn't have any expectations for Mango last year. But this year, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because I didn't see them taking him last year. I thought we were gonna take a different receiver. I was looking at God damn it, Jalen Hyatt. Was it Jalen Hyatt? Oh, was that the class before?
That was
I can't.
that might be the class before.
Man, that's a damn shame. I've been wanting receivers so bad to the point like, okay, every year we were saying, okay, we take this guy. Like I wanted Joshua Downs one year. That same Zay Flowers, I wanted him. We never got a receiver that I could say, hey, I can rest, put my hands down, and say this guy is gonna come out and be the future for the Panthers. We never
Yeah,
really took a guy like that.
yeah.
And Mingo was a
He's in the Tank
surprise
Dell
for us.
draft. Yeah, he's in the draft with the Tank Dell with uh the guy that went to the Colts. Uh, Came from UNC. Let me play for North Carolina. Yeah, he was in that rookie draft right there.
So yeah, I'm a little bit higher on Mingo than I am Terrence Marshall Jr. And also Leggett. I don't know why, but I got a good feeling about Mingo. It's just a feeling that I got. I got a feeling he got a chip on his shoulder this year to show people.
Well, I think he's a tough guy. I really do. I think he's a
You
tough
you
guy.
like him? You like him over Leggett?
Yes,
Uh
I think he
oh.
got more to prove than Leggett. Now Leggett got the physicals, but they built the goddamn same. Logic, they built the same.
I mean, heck, I
Six
know that.
two.
When
I
you
mean,
horny for players, that's what happens. You get the same thing over and over again. Instead of what
God damn.
instead of what you need. Instead of what you need. Yeah,
Look, I'm to the point now. Like I said, I seen Mango in the league. I already see all this boy needed to do was take the off season to get himself together, get his route running down. And like I said, his hands is good. His yard after the catch is very good. Like I said, he in the open space, we saw him have some potential plays last year. We also
true.
saw him have some bonehead plays. But it's called being a rookie in the maturation process, which he has to go through and learn. People were so ready to get rid of him after 1 year. I'm like, well, damn. He showed me more than Terrence Marshall.
Yeah, I'm not
He
willing to
done
get
show
rid
me
of
more than
Mingo.
Marshall.
Yeah, I'm not willing to get rid of Mingo. I mean, I need one. I need both of these guys to step up because I don't want Thielen here next year. I don't. So I
I'm
need
out
both
on
of these
Thielen,
guys.
dog.
Yeah, I need both of these next year. I want to see it XL. I need to see Mingo, Terrence Marshall, Jay. That should be our starting three if these guys can show us something this year. And of course, throw a fourth guy in there, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's developing. But that really should be our core. You got somebody who can take it off the top. You got a possession wide receiver, and you got somebody with some wiggle. If Terrence Marshall Jay just get his head in the game, but I don't know if he can do it.
What's the chances or possibility that all three don't work out? I mean, we've been missing it every time we draft the last few times. The guy we expect to come in and change our franchise
Ah,
and be
damn.
that guy ain't
Damn,
worked
damn,
out.
Lonzo, you trying to make me cry?
No, I'm just saying.
Ah,
Hey,
damn.
Yeah.
you gotta have
Nigga
your
said, what
eyes
if we
open
fuck
for
up
every
all
possibility.
three?
Yeah, what if Mingo don't work out? What if Terrence Marshall Jr. is finally who we think he is? And what if Xavier is just a big guy and don't work out?
Well,
I mean,
no,
we're gonna go back
because
to the
I didn't
drawing
hear
board
so
again.
many people tell me Xavier Leggett is basically Randy Moss Jr. coming up in here. I didn't hear that. They done hype this boy up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to
I
hear
hope
that
he turns
Xavier
out.
ain't shit.
I hope it turns out that he's, you know, exceeding expectations. I didn't think he was the number one overall talent. I didn't think that's where anybody was going to take him, but we did.
You see what Omar Barron said right there? He said, he who shall not be named is the common denominator. If Mingo was catching passes from Jared Goff, Mingo would have 1,000 yards. We'll see if he who shall not be named can get it to him. I was well, yeah, well, yeah, well.
Yeah, I mean
All
that.
I,
Yeah,
that's
that's the nail
he,
in the coffin right there.
that statement has potential. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because Q, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Let's say I know you did not like we all didn't agree on how much they spent on the two guys on the offensive line. We felt like we should got one out the draft and then got you one out of free agent. But let's just say that BY9 ends up getting behind a top 10 offensive line this year. If he don't deliver, it's a problem.
You goddamn right.
Because
I'm gonna tell you
that
right
means
now.
you studying the growth of any of the wide receivers.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And you hurting their money. Anybody who got a a a sponsorship, you gonna lose it. So Bryce got to come with it. There's no excuses. Bryce, you got the game six for me to really analyze you. I ain't gonna talk junk. I'm gonna be quiet for six weeks. Week 7, I'm opening up the whole can of whoop ass.
Well, Pop, is that truly enough time? Because they're gonna say in 16 games he just played, you couldn't judge him because of the offensive line and the coaching staff, and they're gonna have every excuse known to man. So 6 games is you saying is enough time to get a good look at him,
Okay, so what you think I should wait at week 8? Because I think by week 6 you should be rolling on what y'all have figured out what y'all gonna be by then.
nigga? You want the truth from me, or you want me to just tell you some
No, I
shit?
want you to tell me the truth.
Truth is,
Everybody, I'm tired
week
of people
one,
lying.
I saw last year that boy wasn't shit. I saw that in preseason and I saw it back in camp. I don't need a whole goddamn season to tell me what the fuck he is. But that's my personal opinion. All I know is week one, if it come out there and it looked like how it looked last year, ooh, it's not gonna be good, cuz. It's not gonna be good. It no good. Season down the drain. What do you do? Uh, But then
And
they
it's
say,
another.
we can win 10 games. So, 10, 11 games. We can win 10, 11 games. So,
And it's my thing too. Like I know I don't want to see that running back till he's fully healthy. I really don't. If he's our future, don't rush the guy out there. I know y'all want to
hmm
hurry up and give Bryce all the weapons. And listen, if you got to use Rashad Penny, Miles Sanders, whoever, please don't rush this kid out there
well,
to
Pop,
get himself banged up.
we want to see touchdowns so bad. Panther fans, when I say we, I'm talking about the multitude, more than one, plural. We, the people, have, like I just told you, we only had, I think we only had like what, 13 touchdowns as a total last season. As a total. This is terrible, cuz I mean, I don't want to be in a position where I'm saying, hey, let's put a broke up ass running back out there with an ACL out there because I want to see touchdowns scored. That's what I'm afraid they may do that.
Well, they better not.
Lord have mercy. What's up,
They
Nick?
better. What's popping? Well, they better not rush him.
Hopefully not.
Tell you that.
Hopefully not Sanders' knees popping. Hopefully that's what's not popping.
To me, I see a situation where I think they're just precautionary. I think they're gonna put him on the pup list for the first month. I think he's gonna miss the first 4 games, which I think is the smart thing to do if he doesn't check everything. If he checks out before, you know, week 1, physically, mentally, and everything, then obviously play him. But if there's any type of thought of risk, then it's like I wouldn't, mind obviously, because I think all of us Panther fans, including y'all, would just be like, why rush someone out there if he's not ready yet? You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a
I'm a
question.
okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Pop.
So in my dream world scheme of
Well, I'll go ahead and go. In a perfect world, do you have any favorites in the receiving room, Nick?
I think Deontay Johnson's going to prove to be a great signing, trade, and I think we're going to end up re-signing him. He's going to end up getting a contract with us, in my opinion. I think he's the perfect type of receiver as far as the type of receiver for Bryce. You know what I mean? But I think Thielen's kind of over the hill now. XL is like, he's the question mark. You know what I mean? It's like he could boom or bust. You know what I mean? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big question mark on him. Kid got all the raw talent in the world, man. He's physically gifted. The Lord blessed that man with God-given abilities. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of guys who are given God-given abilities. He's one of those cats.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just all, can he put it together? I think we all know this, right? If you see some of those God-given abilities, the Calvin, and I'm not trying to put him in the conversation. I'm just looking at God-given abilities. Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, Randy Moss, those guys had God-given abilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's some good company.
you can't teach 6'1", 225, 4'3" speed and down south country strength. You know what I mean? That just don't. Those types of athletes just don't fall out of trees. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, oh Lord,
Can he put it
my
together?
blood pressure, Nick, my blood pressure.
Here's my thing, fellas. I'm looking at this as realistic as possible. We're still a couple years away. In my opinion.
Damn.
I don't want Panther fans to be like, oh, this is a 9-10. If we're a 9-10 win team, then hey, listen, you ain't gonna get no complaints from me. I just don't see it yet. You know what I mean? Who knows? Dave Canales, is he that QB whisperer, fellas? You know what I mean? Is he that? I saw Tom Pelissero, who's a well-respected NFL reporter. He filled in for Rich Eisen on the Rich Eisen show. Guess who he named, guys, as his breakout player of the season? Just guess. Old Biddy number 9. And that's Tom Pelissero, well-respected. He's saying what he's hearing, everything. That's why he's choosing him as Bryce Young as the breakout player this year. So, I mean, it's all nice and dandy to hear. You feel me? We got to see what's up. We got to see what's up. I just
Nick,
hope,
all I'm
it
gonna
ain't cap.
say
I
is,
hope it ain't cap.
I know last year this boy was the media darling, and once again, they want to see him jump up on that hill and be the king of the hill. I don't know if he has the potential to live up to that. I don't really know it.
I think Bryce Young at his best is a solid quarterback. When we talk about God-given, he's someone who doesn't have God-given. He's not 6'5" with a 220, 230 with a cannon of an arm. He's not someone like that. So he needs to make up for it in other ways. How smart are you? Are you able to read coverages? Obviously he didn't do well last year, but it's not about that. See, I look at football differently. If you come in and pop off right away as the number 1 overall pick, cool. You know what I mean? But history shows more times than not, the number 1 overall pick, when he's handed the keys right away, they struggle 90% of the time. You feel me? There's just, Andrew Luck didn't have the greatest season statistically, but they made the playoffs. Cam Newton had a great statistical season, but they didn't make the playoffs. But those are two
Nick,
guys who, you know what I mean?
This is we were an unorthodox number 1 overall pick because we just had won 7 games
Exactly.
with Steve Wilkes, and then you turn around and we trade up to get the number one because we're supposed to be in a better position than what we were. Because in our eyes, you had a defense, you had a
Mm-hmm.
run game, and you had the offensive line put together that year. All you had, we were simply a quarterback, a tight end, and some pieces on defense, maybe another corner, away from fixing this thing. But we went backwards.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. It does happen sometimes. But the positive in that is though, we have good young pieces. You know, we got two young defensive core guys in Derek Brown and JC Horn. Hopefully JC stays healthy. I got a feeling, and I got a feeling that JC Horn gonna put it together this season, and it's gonna be a huge impact on the defense. You know, God willingly. God willingly.
Look,
We
I
hoping and
pray.
praying, JC. We all know
I'm
JC
praying
got
for
all
that
the
boy
talent in the
knees,
world, bro. Yeah, his
ankles,
all you
knees. I'm
know
praying for
all
his
that,
entire body. I'm praying
all
for
that,
that boy.
bro. Because the man got talent and he could play. He could play some football, and you know what I like about him? He ain't scared to tackle. He ain't scared to get dirty and get in the trenches and get low and bop someone. You know what I mean? He gritty.
Well, I think outside of JC, and I hate to tell you this, Nick, but you're not gonna have a pass rush this year, and you might
So
barely stop the run.
I think the run game is going to be vastly improved this year, stopping the run. I think, the signing, you
Mm-hmm.
already have Derek Brown, who was, godly last year in the run game. And then you
Mm-hmm.
add Ashawn Robinson and Jadeveon Clowney, who've always been stout run defenders. And then, Josie Jewell's a hell of a linebacker. Replace, him for Louisville. I know Panther fans
Mm-hmm.
um missed the Louisville, oh, we lost Louisville. But in my humble opinion, fellas, to me that's a
Mm.
wash. That's a wash replacing Josie Jewell for Frankie Louisville.
No, sir. No,
Yes,
I
sir.
would not
Yes,
let
sir.
that go.
Yeah, yes,
No,
sir. You want
I
me to tell
watched
you why?
Frankie Louisville at one point in time in a season, in a particular game, took over the entire game. Matter of fact, 15 tackles that one game, a defensive touchdown, interception, a sack. I have never seen Josie
I
Jewell
seen and
do
I seen
anything
and I
close to
seen
that.
and I seen Josie Jewell shoot the A gap and
He can
straight
shoot the
up
gap
blew up
all goddamn day, but
and
he
he
ain't
blew
making
up Derrick Henry.
impacts.
You can look it up, Q. He blew up Derrick Henry.
That one tackle, that one
Hey,
tackle.
but here's the thing. Where
I'm talking
Frankie
about
Louisville. Yeah, yeah, no.
impact.
Yeah. So here's the way I look at it, Q. Frankie Louisville is more gifted athletically, but Josie Jewell is more intellectual as a linebacker. So what Frankie
They
Louisville
say the
has,
same thing about
He,
Bryce and his brain.
no, I'm gonna be real with you.
Frankie Louisville's a
I
real.
have never
Frankie Louisville's
seen Josie Jewell make, like I said, an interception, defensive touchdown, all in one fucking play. It was like
yeah,
this
but
cat was out of
yeah,
his fucking mind
I
watching
think for
Frankie
what's
Louisville
better with the
sometimes.
team is a linebacker more like a Josie Jewell. I think him and Shaq
Oh, okay.
will be complementary to each other. I think they're gonna be a nice little dynamic duo, in my opinion.
So
And it
you
ain't bad to
depending
have
on
Trevor
Shaq
Lawrence.
off of a broken leg at
I think
33.
no, Shaq's not 33. Shaq's
What
what
Shaq is
29.
30?
Shaq's
No,
29.
no.
I think he
He's
just
29.
turned 30. He turned 30. Shaq came into the league young, bro, in 2016. He was 21. This is his ninth. Yeah, he's probably 30.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
So
so so
Shaq,
Q.
what's up?
Man, I'm gonna let y'all finish because Nick said some crazy stuff. Go ahead. Wow.
Let's talk about it real
Good.
quick before I go back
I
to
would
the.
never say Frankie Louisville and Josie Jewell was in the same
Oh,
breath
y'all going?
together.
Hey,
I
hey,
would never say
you
that.
will. You will. You will, Q. You
That's a
will.
lot of faith. Like I said,
Yeah.
mustard seed. Blind. I have never. He's never done it before. I have seen one guy do it, and you telling me that one play from this guy makes him as exceptional
No,
as
but
another guy
it's
that
it's
made
also it's.
plays?
I hear you, but here's the other thing you have to factor in, Q. Josie Jewell played his best football in Denver when Ajiro Evero was the defensive coordinator. So you have to also
Hell,
factor in the similarity to the system. He's way more, he's more comfortable with the system
he
off
only
rip.
had a year.
He played no, he
He
played
only
he
had a
played
year
he
with
played 2 years.
Evero.
He played 2 years with Evero, and he had his best year. He had like 128 tackles, 3 picks, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, something like that. He went off that one year.
Okay. All right, y'all telling me he a playmaker. He gonna be a stud. All right, now if he go quiet this season, Nick, I don't want to have to look for you.
Hey. Listen, here's the thing with me,
You
Q.
you
If
you
he
you
if he
hyping
goes
him up.
quiet, hey Q, if he goes quiet, you will hear me come up here and say I was wrong. I apologize. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
That was
yeah, yeah,
wrong. It was a wrong assessment. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
For sure.
Trust me. You ain't have to worry about me looking
Trust
for
me.
you.
You ain't have to
I'm
worry
a
about me
every
looking for
show,
you.
Nick.
I'm a
Where you
every show,
at?
Nick. Outlet, bro. Yeah. You already know. Bro, you already know.
So let me ask you this, Q. And I know
What's up?
this might get you a little pissed off, but I don't mean it in a bad way. My
Yeah, I know,
dream
I know.
scenario of how I want this offense to look is exactly how Michigan played last year. Just able to have your quarterback make the big plays when you need him to.
Mm. Well, I mean, in a perfect world, if
Can
you
Ty be a JJ? Just be a JJ from college.
who you talking about, Bryce?
Yes, I want that hard nose running the football. I want that offensive line running, roll grading over everybody. And then when you
Mm.
really need to make the pass, can he be efficient enough to get the ball out in time to the receivers?
That is the
You know what I'm
question.
saying? That's
Facts.
all I
Facts.
need him to be.
You want us to run the ball 30, 35 times. I feel you. Pound the rock, bro. It'll open up the passing game for sure.
Well,
Every time. A
I hate
quarterback's best
the
friend is an efficient
damper.
running game.
I hate the damper. I want that so bad, but JJ McCarthy 6'3",
JJ McCarthy,
220 pounds.
JJ
He's
McCarthy gonna
tall
struggle.
enough. He's
I'm a
tall enough
Michigan
to
fan,
be able
brother.
to see the field, though. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that he's not going to struggle, Nick. What I'm saying is two different styles of play.
he's
You know
gonna
what
be
I'm
mid in
saying?
the NFL. He won't. He'll be a career backup, bro. He was a product of Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh just coaching. It's why the Chargers are gonna end up being a great organization within the next. Jim Harbaugh is just a great NFL coach.
Mm.
He had that mind. He had that person in his ear. He had him giving him first, second, and third options. The whole game, JJ McCarthy knew what to do and what to do because he was so prepared under Jim Harbaugh.
So the fact that he went on and executed everything correctly, knowing good and
Oh,
goddamn well, knowing how to
that
manage a
run game in
game.
Michigan was real, doggy. Yeah, for sure. I hear you, but
I
that Blake
understand Blake
Corum,
Corum and Edwards was
and yeah,
two-headed monster, but
facts.
also
Hey,
playing the quarterback position is also understanding when to know when to let the defense take what the defense give you.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Logic.
no, absolutely.
so you, Nick, you don't think that JJ's gonna learn anything from Sean Payton?
I think
No, he's in. JJ's in.
JJ's in
He's with
Minnesota. He
O'Connell. He's
got
in Minnesota.
Kevin
Minnesota.
O'Connell.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's Bo Nix.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
Bo Nick.
their statements say the same. The statements say the
I
same.
think. Yeah, I think
Look,
Sam
Kevin
Darnold's
O'Connell,
gonna
a
be the
bad
starter in Week
motherfucker
O'Connell's
at
just
One.
all right
coach.
to me.
That nigga's a bad motherfucker at coach, dog.
He had Kirk Cousins putting up the best years of his career, and I mean, he was throwing to
I mean,
Justin
the man that
Jefferson.
won a championship as offensive coordinator. That's all I'm saying. I rest. I
Hey,
digress.
I leave my comments away from when we start talking about Kirk Cousins because I think
He overrated.
he's just a stat stuffer. I think
He
very
Well, look,
overrated.
very overrated.
look, and that's who I think
Yes, sir.
JJ Comp probably gonna be in the NFL, closer to Kirk Cousins. He's gonna be a average guy, but the one thing that he got that Kirk Cousins don't got is he has that intangibles as a leader. The young fella got that whole locker room behind him. That's all I'm saying. You see, Brock Purdy has that same thing, like a high
Oh,
level game
please,
manager. But like I said,
please.
y'all shit on the man every chance he get. But guess what? He keep winning game
He's
after game
solid.
after
Yeah,
game.
he's solid. He's solid. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's
He's not
terrible. What I'm
perfect.
saying, he's not. He's not what CBS ranked as the second best quarterback in the league. No, that's diabolical, bro. That's disgusting.
Come on,
Like,
man.
stop
Everybody
it
know that's
now.
Patrick Mahomes and
Stop
Joe
it.
Burrow. That shit ain't changing
Come
for
on,
nobody
man.
right
I'll
there.
take Jordan Love over Brock Purdy
I mean, Jordan
all
Love gotta
day.
consistently show me more over a period of time. He just had one good year.
Brock
I
Purdy
need
played two
more.
seasons, and with the best team all
I
around.
don't know, Q. I
If
think
Brock
Jordan
Brock
Purdy
Love
Purdy
was
is
about
not in
the
my
best
top
out
superstar,
there,
10.
bro.
yeah,
You
he's
said
not in
what?
my top 10 either. No way.
What you say, Logic?
I think Jordan Love gonna start showing you something here, man. I think
Oh, Jordan Love is the
that was
truth.
just a taste of what they got last year.
Oh,
That
Jordan
dude
Love is the
talented, man.
truth. Oh yeah, him
I
and
know
And
CJ
he
he's
sat
Stroud is
behind
next
talented,
too.
but
he sat
Him and
behind Aaron
CJ are
Rodgers,
next
bro.
too. Him and
I
CJ,
understand
man.
all that,
Green
but
Bay
I
is
need
just
to see more than 1 year. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
Some
yeah.
you gonna see
guys,
year two.
But
How about
sometimes you
that?
can
You
just
gonna
see
see
it.
year two.
You
How about
see it after 1 year. Like you see it with CJ Stroud. You see it with Jordan Love, bro. Especially with
I,
Matt LaFleur. LaFleur is a hell of a head coach.
I can't bank off of 1 year, man. Like, AKA, like how y'all tell
that?
us. Y'all say you can't count Bryce out after 1 year, after one
Hmm.
bad season. So for the same way that CJ had such a phenomenal season, there's a potential he could have a slump in the second season,
Yeah, yeah.
or
But you
Love could
see
have
it.
a slump.
But you see it with CJ.
Absolutely.
You see
Yeah,
it with
yeah, I
Love.
saw it. I ain't
You
blind.
see
There
That's
it.
you
them
go.
some
That's the part.
bad
That's the
motherfuckers.
that is the part we have an
Shit.
issue with. Even if
Yeah.
some of these guys struggle, you still saw a flash of, hey, this is what they did this cat. We should have saw that regardless of how bad Frank was, regardless of how bad was, regardless of how bad you didn't like the receiver. You still were supposed to see something because you told me he was generational talent. So why we ain't see none of that?
Well, I mean, this and that's the one thing that I have a problem with. If he's a generational talent, I'm supposed to see that output within 16 games. I at least should have see 1 or 2 games where you say, "Damn, this cat is nice." Or he make a throw that I said,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, did you see that throw?" But I even in the Green Bay
Mm-hmm.
game, the one game we had a huge output, I didn't see a throw that's just jumped off the screen to me, and I said, "Damn, this a bad motherfucker." I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be hard on the young fella because I know
Well,
he got such a large fan base, man. I know he got such a large following. Like I said, they walk around with their fist ball. You know, you fuck around, say the wrong thing, Logic. Them boys will burn your goddamn channel down.
listen, we all Panther fans. We all want to see us succeed. But to sit here and not call out that we see this blatantly obvious would be. We're not doing that. We're not going to. Would we be happy if we just come out and Bryce just light it on fire and be a comeback player of the year? I'm not going to complain about that because we start winning again. We're going to see something. I just find it hard to believe. Again, if you look at his intangibles, there is some glaring holes there, man, and they're gonna have to do things in order to make sure that he don't have ample opportunities to make mistakes. He's not a stupid player. I mean, he's obviously been having success since he was a young man. So somebody figured it out some kind of way. Can we do the same? Can we utilize what he is good at and amplify that and let this boy be successful? Can we do that? Can we see any of that with him this year?
Look at here, man. What I would like to see, speaking of seeing, I like to see y'all like this video. Make sure that y'all show us that love. We need to see 50 likes by the end of this video, man. Show us that kind of love, man. We look. It's been a long week. Your boys from Black Cats, we here to entertain and get you there. So what better way to show love than to just simply liking the video? Now, Logic, do you have a guy that you just say straight up in this receiving corps that you think can get close to 10 touchdowns? Close to it.
Uh, Out of those guys, there's only two that come to mind, and that's Adam Thielen or Deontay Johnson.
Adam Thielen or Johnson. I'll be damned.
Yep.
Ooh. So if you get 10, if you get 8 touchdowns from one of the boys, are you excited about that? Are you happy about that?
Well, yeah. You got to think about it. We ain't had a guy that put out that amount of touchdowns since when? What? Because heck, we
What,
didn't we
Ted
discuss this
Ginn?
earlier. We didn't have a guy put out that amount of touchdowns at receivers since when? I mean, didn't we discuss this earlier about DJ averaging about like 4 a year, if that?
DJ had 4 year. I think Robbie came close to like 6. That 1 year he had like 11, or he had like 5
Yeah,
that year.
five, yeah.
That's a damn shame. Yeah, you're right. We have to go all the way back to the 2015 team to Ted Ginn and Philly Brown. That's a damn shame.
God damn.
That's a damn
Mm,
shame right there. It's been about over a decade since we had a receiver to get at least 8 touchdowns receiving.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Uh,
That's why is it
yeah.
that we got so many things that's normal to other teams? It's not a big deal because it's just a regular thing. Like tight end. Being a productive tight end and part of your offense. That's like every team does that except for us. We don't even have that. So hopefully
Well,
we'll get that now with Sanders being here. But no.
and that's the thing, man. I keep telling myself logic every year as a fan. I've been disappointed, especially the last 7 years. But every year, it's like you lose Greg Olson, and then you keep Ian Thomas, and you keep. I, I don't know what the fuck Tommy Tremble is. I really don't. You've kept these guys here around, and you barely getting 100 yards from each one of them. But it's like I can't blame them because the quarterbacks output that we've had from Sam Darnold and P.J. Walker and Teddy Bridgewater barely been giving us shit. We barely been getting productivity. So I can't blame them. It's like
What?
just like how we use the same excuse for Bryce. You can't blame him for what you got going on because you got peanut butter, no jelly, ham, no burger. Shit is always mismacking around this motherfucker, man. Shout out
Yeah.
to Age of 704.
Only thing we can pray for this year is that Tommy Tremble has a breakout year. He adds to what Sanders. We have a two-headed monster at tight end. The run game is established. Miles Sanders come back from an injury and shocks the world. Yeah. Well, there it is.
I can't
I actually
remember.
like Tommy Trumbull, even though.
Go ahead, Pop.
I actually like Tommy Trumbull, and it's not because of his personality. But when I've seen Tommy Trumbull go out there, I've seen him run clean routes. I've seen him been tough. I really don't see the point of keeping Ian or Sullivan no more. Uh, I think Tommy Trumbull can be really. I think he should be playing fullback, but I mean that's just me. Um, but yeah, I like Tommy Tremble. I think we should have him on the field a lot more. I think he has enough size that he can help in the run blocking scheme. I mean, I wish he was a little bit taller, but I mean, he's not. He's not that tall. Uh, but I mean, I think he needs to be number one tight end right now until what's his name comes apart. The rookie we got from Texas.
I agree. I think Jatavion Sanders is definitely the future. We had a guy
Yes,
that
sir.
come in here in college, 700 yards, 699 yards, 7 touchdowns. You see the talent right there already. With Quinn Ewers, this guy had it. So all I'm saying is on a larger scale, my expectations for him is to come in and solidify himself at the end of this year as the undoubted, the clear cut starter. There shouldn't be no disputing this shit by the end of the year. That boy there in his first season has all the talents right now to wipe Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble off the map. Tommy Tremble should be tight end number 2 because he's a complementary piece. Like Pop said, he's going to do just blocking or just getting out here trying to do something decent. He's not a full breakfast. Tommy Tremble is not a balanced breakfast. He's bacon with grits. You're missing the eggs
Mhm.
and you're missing the cheese to go in that motherfucker. He's not a full balanced breakfast. That's all I'm saying. What's up with you, D'Angelo?
What's good? Fellas? I just seen your message, Q. Y'all know I got this studio training again, so
Oh, okay.
I ain't.
You all right
Get
over there?
on. Yeah. I'm good. Why you asking that?
Sound like you whispered in the closet.
Oh
Motherfucker
yeah.
sound like
Oh,
he
Well,
yeah.
that
whispered.
student got you
Oh,
held
yeah.
up, huh?
There it is. There he hemmed up right now. Hey,
Yeah, I
So
thought he was hiding.
spell out something if you got to. Oh shoot, don't let them know you're in there.
Man, that nigga playing peekaboo over there. He in the goddamn corner hiding.
no. Mm-mm.
Yes, sir. We over here talking about offense productivity. We put it out there. The league leader in passing yards passing touchdowns was Dak Prescott with 36 touchdowns. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we split that in half out of 32 starters. The league average last year was 20 touchdowns for the league. I was asking how close to 20 we were, and do we have a receiver that could give us close to 10 touchdowns?
I think Dante could give us 10 touchdowns. I don't see him, having tremendous, games as far as yardage is concerned. Like, I can see him averaging around about 100, 115, 110, 115 yards a game. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a touchdown here or there. Yeah, I can see him maybe having 8 to 10 touchdowns.
Damn, you high on this nigga? God damn.
I got a lot of
So,
I got a lot of stock invested into him on his best ball. So you damn right I got a lot of hope in him.
so what's your final yardage for him for the year?
I'll say probably about 1,200 yards. 80,
1,200
80,
yards.
80, 80 receptions, 1,200 yards, 8 to 10 touchdowns.
Oh shit! And you firm on that? You ain't been in the moving?
I'm firm on that.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. There's a thing called ballerinas. I hope you ain't gonna balance beam and wiggle your ass about this, cause you can't put a wager on that.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Me and you already got one bet.
We got one
We
bet.
already
Yeah,
got one bet. Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to take all your Christmas money. So I ain't gonna bet that. I ain't gonna bet
Oh, you ain't gonna bet that 1,200.
that. I ain't
That
betting that.
1,200 yards sound pretty crispy. How about lunch? How about lunch?
You know what? I ain't scared. God damn it. I
Okay.
ain't scared. I bet that. I bet that.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Why wouldn't I bet that? God damn it, all the stock I got, God damn it, in Deontay Johnson, God damn it, on this goddamn DraftKings best ball, God damn, yeah. I bet
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. He done changed. He done perk up now. God damn it. God
Yeah,
damn it.
yeah. You got them up now. Yeah. It's on now. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
what you want to bet? You want to bet lunch or you want to put a 50 piece or a $100 on
We
it?
can
What you want?
we can put a 50 piece on it.
All right, y'all already had 50 piece, 1,200 yards. If he get 11.99, your ass gotta pay me my goddamn money.
Yeah,
50
I'm jumping
piece.
out there. I know I'm jumping out there, but I ain't goddamn it, I
Lemon
ain't scared.
pepper wing.
Well,
Oh yeah.
D'Angelo, you ain't by yourself because I done jumped out the window and said I think Xavier Leggett could get the 10 touchdowns for our team if they
Oh,
use
you got
him like they
legit.
get.
Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got legit.
Pop, you you you
I s-
you next. You next. Bring your ass on over
Now,
here. Come on in the room.
nah,
Come on.
I ain't
Yeah,
got
yeah,
nobody.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, unlike D'Angelo, I am scared. So I'm keep,
Well, there it is.
I don't.
There it is.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I'm scared, but I ain't scared. God damn it, I'm scared. Don't get me wrong. Now, this is just the yards for Deontay. This ain't touchdown. This is yards right though, Q.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one. You wiggle your ass out of the touchdowns too, but I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, I think Deontay can get us 1,200. I think I think whoever Bryce's primary target is who the hell he gonna be looking at 9 times out of damn 10. So if Adam Thielen can get goddamn 1,000, I know damn well Deontay can get 1,200.
You sure you don't want to add them 10 touchdowns on there too? You sure about
No,
that?
I don't want no hell no, because like Pop just said, goddamn Leggett could be the touchdown getter. So I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put it on touchdown. But I damn sure do with the yards.
Anybody want to take 500 yards for Leggett? No, no, maybe
I think he
500.
get 500. I he get 500.
You want to
But
take that one?
but But the thing about it is, I don't know how much Bryce gonna be throwing the ball, so I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Can he get it?
Hey,
I know damn well he can get it. It's just the fact that how our offense is gonna flow. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Bryce throwing for all them goddamn yards for him to be able to do. I think Leggett gonna be he's gonna get a lot of probably like a lot of reverses and shit like that. I think he's gonna score some touchdowns on special team, maybe a kickoff return or two, and maybe on some screens and goddamn some reverses.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to put that ball in his hands as much as possible. So you're right about that.
Right. Mhm.
It's what South Carolina did. Man, ran so many
Yeah.
goddamn screens and reverses.
Yeah. I think that's what they go. I think Leggett, right, especially this first year, he's gonna be a gadget guy.
I'll be damned. A gadget guy. We had a gadget guy last year. Only had 60 yards.
You
Well,
talking about your boy
La-
from Jacksonville? Talking about
Viscous is no.
Lavisca,
Lavisca.
yeah,
Lavisca
Lavisca.
should not.
Well, Lavisca don't count. He ain't nowhere near as explosive as
He was our Debo. He
No,
was our
I done
Debo
heard
Samuel. He was our
Debo.
Debo
There you
Samuel.
go. He was
Yeah,
Debo
yeah,
2.0.
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah,
hell,
yeah.
he got hurt. Shit, I mean, he got hurt. Then they didn't use him.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's all I can tell you, man. I'm getting to the point now where I'm just reaching. I'm grasping for straws over here. Look. We going to camp next week. We in the building next Saturday. You're gonna see us there. Shout out to everybody. If y'all go into camp, man, put it in the chat right now. We got an extra 2 tickets. If anybody want them, for training camp, I'll put them out there for you. 2 extra tickets to anybody that want them that don't have any. Don't have any right now? Holla at your boys. Hit the Black Cat Panther Podcast email, and I'll make sure you get your 2 tickets, driver. It's Black Cat Panther Podcast at gmail.com. So yeah, I done spilled my guts all day, D'Angelo. I just getting my life together. I just wanted to see how far away were we on the offensive side of things because, like I said, I'm a fan, just like you a fan. Everybody else a fan, and just like Logic said, it's been a while since we've seen normal things like scoring touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
offensive productivity, rushing touchdowns. We haven't seen that shit in a while.
No, you're right.
So what a nigga got to do to get some touchdowns around here?
Shit, a motherfucking competent fucking play caller.
God damn. Well, they say Brad Isaac is very special. Do you believe that?
I don't. I mean, I think he's a product of Canales. So I mean, if Canales is special, he should be goddamn special too.
I'll be damned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well. Well, we could go ahead. This is shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all like the video. We could go ahead and start getting last words. Like I say, shout out to the GOAT. I'm pulling this for GOAT this week. He on vacation. He in the A, Red Swarm. He on your side of town. Uh Poppin. Papa still here? No, Papa gone. Uh
Pop going.
D'Angelo, go ahead and give me your last words.
Well. I mean, the good thing about it is the bad. Well, I hate I missed most of the show, but the good thing about it is camp is right around the corner. It's that time, so hey, I'm excited. Hopefully, you guys are excited too, man. So hey, we gonna get this thing popping, man. What you laughing at? What the hell you
You
laughing
sound so goddamn dead saying it. Who the fuck you got in that cab, man? That fucker must be listening hard to you.
at?
That joker scared to
Not
talk.
really, not really. I don't think so. I don't think. But yeah, I mean, let's get excited. Well, I need to get excited. I mean, we get our hopes up every year, and then goddamn it, you know what the results be. So, but hopefully, hopefully we can see positive change. You know what I'm saying this year, and get ready to finally start making some noise in the next couple of years. That's my hope.
Man, look, I'm with you. It's time for change. Shout out to Chris. Chris asks, "Is this the? Are we doing after dark? This is after dark for the day. It's just during the day. So during the day is what I call this. During the day. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
to
During
Kitty
the day.
Kitty, man. Yes, sir. We keeping it real during the day today. So, Logic, talk to me, man. Last words.
What's good, everybody? Once again, this your boy Carolina Logic, the king of the bank, man. Hey, keep it positive, keep it confident. Everything gonna be all right after a while. Uh, we're gonna keep it real here. That's all we gotta do. If you ain't commented, please do so. If you ain't like it, please do so. And if you ain't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Black Cat Panther Podcast, Station 88, The GOAT, everybody in the building. If you ain't follow me, Carolina Logic 84 on YouTube, please do so. And TikTok, Carolina Logic. I'm in the building. Appreciate you as always, Q. It's been an enjoyment. I'm out. This your boy Logic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Y'all see the link is in the chat right now. Papa, go ahead and give me your last words, brother.
Oh man, just another good one, man. Another great live. We all got our concerns. We all want some W's. We feel the same way like y'all, man. We just keep it raw, uncut, and keep it real. Man, hopefully we'll run into a couple of y'all while we out there. And man, let's just have a good time, man. Keep pounding.
Yes, sir, man. Look, as usual, the squad is always put together, man. So do us that favor. Y'all already see what time it is. Your boy Dub Q in the building, man. Look, this is Panthers during the day today. So show us that love.
Shout out to Kitty Kitty, man.